What's the biggest thing that you've had to learn?
I've been fortunate enough to see God kind of just drop a gem.
What's your feeling about kids, pushing kids out at 18?
That it's nothing wrong with struggling.
Right. You know, God forbid something happens to you today, and you want to leave one last message or thought with your kids. What would that message be? All right, family, listen. We're here with another interview. This is interview 17. I'm here with another one of my good brothers.
Yeah.
Tell them your name, man.
Ken Brisco.
All right, Ken. All right, Ken. So, how many kids you got, man?
I have 2 kids.
Okay.
One girl, daughter.
Okay.
And she is 20.
Okay,
Right.
20-year-old.
I have a son.
Okay.
And he's 18.
18.
Yeah.
Wow. So you got those young adults kind of getting in their life, trying to figure that thing out, man.
Definitely.
Man, that's great, man. So this actually brings me to my first question, man. At this point in your life, at this stage in fatherhood, what's the biggest thing that you've had to learn / overcome at this stage in fatherhood?
It's very interesting because, you know, as you come from those young teenage years to where they are now, you're having to step back a little bit. But it's interesting because at the same time, you recognize that they still very much need you.
Oh, man, that's so key.
So there's a balance there.
Yeah.
And understanding that they're still developing their decision making.
Absolutely.
They're still developing, you know, those skills that help them to be independent, but still family within a family unit is really, really big. And well, we both have a very strong faith.
That's what it's about, yeah.
And understanding that God is there, protecting and guiding all the way through.
Right.
And I've been fortunate enough to see God kind of just drop a gem.
Oh, I love it. That little bit of molding that you can do.
Yeah. Just things that, you know, kept me and my wife up at night and how is this going to work out? How's that going to work out?
Yeah.
God, I got it.
God said, I got it, man. Man, that's phenomenal. So when you're thinking about that, you're thinking about how sometimes you have to relinquish some of that control with your kids because, you know, the older they get, they got to start making their own decisions, but recognizing that they still need you. What's your feeling about kids, pushing kids out at 18? What's your feeling about that?
So I'm a kid that had to come back home.
Okay.
And I come from a very old school dad, who you would think would be showing me the front door with his foot, and, you know, showing me. But everybody grows in different stages, you know.
Yeah.
And I recognize you want to, you know, put them in a place where, you know, they have that. It's nothing wrong with struggling. Right. There's nothing wrong with, you know, okay, I have to make this budget work.
Right, make this decision work.
Okay, so I can't go out tonight. I have to figure out what I'm going to eat.
Absolutely.
And so, but at the same time, you know, it's that balance of understanding, okay, all right, this person isn't quite ready for this stage. And so maybe just holding off that stage a little bit longer. Yeah. That's tough. That's very hard. Right. It's not easy. It's not easy. And I'm still discovering that. So we're still kind of discovering that ourselves. And so,
that's kind of where you land. Man, I appreciate that because a lot of times it's not as easy as, you know, you do have that old school train of thought that, you know, kids need to be out of the house at 18, or then you have I would say the opposite school of thought. Well, I'm never kicking my kids out, right? Right. But, you know, I think there's a balance in there where, like you said, you're learning your kids, you know your kids, so you're trying to figure out the best thing that they need individually. And I think that's absolutely phenomenal, man. What do you think is the thing that your kids haven't seen that you know you had to sacrifice for them for? that things that maybe they'll never understand, or they haven't seen something, something. It could be a situation that you want to share, but just what is that one thing that your kids haven't seen and they maybe never will see? But
Right.
It's kind of that sacrifice that we have to do as fathers.
Right. I don't know if it's somewhat so much as they haven't seen,
Right.
but as much as maybe not completely understanding.
Yeah.
And so, like, right now I've taken on a second job. And there's a lot to that
for
right
that,
now.
yeah, it's for them. It's for them, though.
It's a lot to them right now.
Sure.
And it's partly because, I have 2 going into college.
Yeah. Extra expense. Yeah.
And so, understanding, what I have to do to do that, what their mother has to do to support me to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
And they see it,
Right.
but actually being in it and actually understanding what that means long term for them as well.
Wow.
And even helping them understand, this whole financial thing of, paying for school and them having to pay for their school as well.
Wow.
Is,
Contributing into their lives, contributing to their lives. Yeah.
And so they're grasping some of it and they're jumping on
Right.
more with some of it and but completely understanding it, maybe not, and maybe so to a certain degree. But
Yeah.
it's important that, on some level, mom and dad don't have it all.
That's awesome.
And so we need your help.
Yep.
We need you to jump on board with this.
Absolutely.
And, you want to be able to say,
Here's
this is your
everything.
dream.
Here's
your
the keys to the
things.
kingdom. Everybody don't have it like that. Yeah.
And some of their friends do have it. And that's an even other thing that you have to kind of sit with and be able to explain. And that's
Wow,
that can be
wow,
tough.
wow, man. You're making me think, man, because a lot of this fatherhood thing, you're learning at every single stage, man. And I think, wow, you brought something to my mind about what does it mean to navigate at, your fatherhood and having to balance the world pressures. That's a pressure I wasn't even thinking about. Like, obviously we think about the classic stuff, the drugs. We think about, unplanned pregnancies or, kids out of wedlock. Not all those, those hard hitting things. But this is a heavy thing where we're looking at how do kids look at, how do other kids outside of your home look at your kids in a financial situation, or not lack, but just a level of like, I don't have what, my friends have. And then how do you navigate that as a father, man? Like, what are you pouring into your kids to help them kind of balance that? Because I know your kids are older now, but that happens through all stages.
I think the big thing that we've tried, or I've tried, my wife tried, have tried to give to them.
Yeah.
Growing up this stage, it's all at the end of the day, it's about family.
Family. Yeah.
And so, even if I could go back to my younger self, and as I'm trying to climb the corporate ladder, and as I fall down the corporate ladder,
Right.
and understanding that, why am I doing all this? What am I doing all of this for?
Mm-hmm.
And
That's the point.
it's about the time that I get to spend with them. It's about the time that our immediate and our greater family being able to be around them. My sister, I just told you.
Yep.
My sister moved from D.C. 2 sisters moved from D.C.
Oh, wow.
to be here in Atlanta,
In the
to
area.
be closer to us.
Yeah. To have that community.
To have those moments where they could spend with them.
Yeah.
And so, as you're going around and saying, okay, this person has that, this person doesn't have that. What you do have is a strong family unit that loves you.
Yeah.
And even if we're not even on the same page, we're always this.
Wow.
We're always this.
What I hear you saying, man, is that wealth is just not about money and assets and stuff like that. I mean, I've heard of so many families that, seemingly from the outside in, they didn't have much materially, but you want to talk about a tight knit family unit to this day. They're still, they all got their own sets of families and they still getting together. Like, man, that's the real wealth, man. I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. So, right along those lines, man, what is one thing, or, it could be a couple of things, but what is one thing that you want to leave with your kids outside of wealth? Outside of wealth, what's the one thing that you want to leave with your kids?
It kind of goes back to what I talked about earlier. It's that relationship with God.
Relationship with God.
And so, we had certain situations, as I mentioned before, where, man, how is this going to work out? And it's important that, we talk about the vertical relationship with God.
Yeah.
As far as that here, but
yep.
Horizontally, brother to brother.
Us. Yeah. How we keep each other up.
Having that as well.
Yeah.
What's been big for me is I've had individuals that I can reach out to and say, I don't get it.
Right. Help.
I don't understand it. And we've talked a little bit
Yes,
too.
we have.
And,
absolutely.
Just being able to, what did you do?
Yes.
How did you handle this?
Afterly.
And, it's a handful of brothers, but it's brothers that I can go to and be like, oh, got it. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm afraid. I'm worried. I'm not doing enough, and them being able to say, slow down.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay. And let's talk through
part of those growing things. Yeah.
And not judging you or not, being a hindrance to you as far as kind of, oh, don't worry about that, but just really being able to say to you,
absolutely, this
is how I handle this. This is what you can do.
Yeah.
And I think this is why I love this forum right here, because you're bringing brothers closer together.
I appreciate that.
So that's huge.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. It's one of those things where, one, we don't have enough of these conversations,
right,
definitely not in public.
No,
but exactly. What I hear you talking about is the community, and that's a bigger part of this goal, man. 1 Million Fathers Project, man. It's literally about bringing awareness, but also bringing, highlighting brothers in their triumphs, in their fears, in their goals, in the things that they are doing that are right, and changing the narrative, man. That's really what it's about.
And if I could say there's just one more thing, just kind of reaching out to brothers. I've even had it where I've had a couple of brothers, sisters that let me talk to your son. Come on, let me talk to your child.
Absolutely.
Let me talk to your daughter. What have you?
Yeah.
And so, being secure enough with yourself to say, you know what? Yeah,
I got it.
I don't have to be the only father figure in his life. Yes, I'm dad, and I'm going to play that role forever.
Absolutely.
But this other brother over here, or what have you, has some things for you.
Got some wisdom for you. That's going to help you. Yeah. And we need each other, man. That's really what it's about. So I got one more question for you, man. One more question. So, God forbid something happens to you today, and you want to leave one last message or thought. What message would you have to you?
You know what? It's a message that they've heard from me over and over again.
Okay.
So they'll probably say it to you like
before you even say it, right? Okay.
There's no growth in the comfort zone. There's no comfort in the growth zone.
Wow. Break that down, man. Tell me what that means.
So it's barbershop wisdom. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
And you can't keep all barbershop wisdom, but some you can. You can take with you. And this is one that I've held on to quite a bit. And so, as you're, to my son and to my daughter, as they're trying to, reach their own personal goals, they're going to run into some struggles.
Absolutely.
The way that you're growing is that it's not easy. You're going to have some obstacles in the way.
Yeah.
And there's no comfort as you're growing.
Wow.
If it's too easy, you may want to think about what it is that you're trying to do, why you're trying to do it, who you're getting it from, what's their purpose in trying to help you get that.
Right.
And it may be legit, but at the same time, being able to recognize that, hey, everything doesn't come quite easy all the time, and I need to make sure that this is legit. So
no, I love that, man. It's like what I hear you saying is there's growth in being uncomfortable.
Yeah,
there's growth in being uncomfortable. So you always want to do that checks and balance. You want to take inventory of your life and make sure that's. Man, I love that, man. Listen, man, I appreciate you, man. Listen, y'all, this is the interview 17. We got a lot of gems out of Ken. We had to love this content. If y'all want to see more, like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.